Okay, it being 5 o'clock, I'll open the council meeting for the ordinary council meeting on the 9th of December 2025. Just do an acknowledgement of country. We would like to acknowledge the Ngadjuri and Kaurna people, the traditional custodians of the lands and waters of the Light Regional Council area. And we pay our respects to the elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are present today. Attendance, I think we've got full attendance, no apologies, no leave of absences, no non-attendance. 3, the confirmation of council minutes. There's a recommendation that the council minutes of Tuesday, 25th of November be confirmed as true and correct record of that meeting. Moved Michael, seconded Councillor Dean, all in favour? Carried, thank you. Communications, I've given a list of my activities for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long it was. And yeah, I attended the Kapunda High School last night, and there was a big attendance of parents and stuff, probably 400 people there, and lots of smart young men and women getting awards and trophies. It was fabulous night, so it was a very good night. They're promising for big things in their future. Any elected members' communications? Okay. 4.2, request correspondence to be tabled. I don't think there's any. Petitions nil, deputations nil, adjourned business nil, action items. So we'll, as we normally do, we'll go through the action items. If there's on the page by page, if there's something you want to ask, bring up that page. So first page is page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. And we come to 9 recommendations from committees, nil. And then 10 is infrastructure and sustainability reports, Mildred Street Kapunda footpath improvements. It's quite a self-explanatory report. Any questions on that report? Councillor Collin?
It just says we haven't actually done a full costing, so it's only a guesstimation. If you wanted a full costing, how much would that be, do you think? To do the plan, you know, and surveying and all the sort of things that we've been talking about.
Megan?
Thank you, through the chair. Mildred Street's not quite as complicated as Clare Road. If we use Clare Road as a guide of about 250,000, let's say could be between 150 and 200 for Mildred. But it's more to do with surveying and design work. There's a lot of trees and other infrastructure in the place.
So through the
Councillor
mayor, if I was to, so you're talking about a full upgrade. Here we're just talking about the footpaths. So if they were to survey the footpaths to do the, just do the rubble and everything, like to get a true cost, how much would it cost to do the surveying and to put in a quote sort of thing?
If I may,
through
the mayor. Microphone. Councillor, thank you for your question. There is some costing in here on page 12, just prior to the heading urbanisation of Mildred Street. I'm not sure whether it's the figure that we're looking for of a design cost of around $20,000, and Megan might be able to chip in there. Is that about the right figure, Megan?
At the time that the report was done, it was just an estimate also for design. So if you're looking at just for your rubble, I'd probably go about 40.
Yeah. what I'm actually asking, so it says it should be noted that full costs are unable to be confirmed until such time as the survey and design is completed. I'm just wondering how much the survey and design would be, so then we know exactly how much it is to cost if we were to pursue it. That's all I'm asking.
Through the chair, we'll take that one on notice and we'll get a quote for you.
Okay, there's a recommendation on the bottom of page 12 that the council receives infrastructure and sustainability reports and the contents therein be noted. Councillor Simon, seconded Councillor Peter, all in favour? Carried, thank you. Strategy and economic development reports. Chairman's provided a very good report about what's been happening in their department. Are there any questions on that report? I assume the new silo has created an increase of traffic into Kapunda. There's certainly a lot of Facebook comments about it going on. There's a recommendation on the bottom on page 23. The council receives the strategy and economic development reports and the contents therein be noted. Was anyone like to move that way? Councillor Dean and Councillor Michael. All in favour? Carried, thank you. 12 reports for information. Temporary road closures. Some of these have already occurred. Just thank you, Councillor Annette. Seconded by. Oh, there's also a Rosebery Township expansion section clearance, 138 clearance report there. Again, it's just a update. So if you're happy to keep that motion, Lynette, seconded by Councillor Martin. All in favour? Carried, thank you. Reports for decision 13. We will bring items 16.1 and 16.2, motions on notice. We need to bring these forward now because they relate to the car park issue. Can I have a mover and a seconder that we bring these items forward? Councillor Michael, seconded. Councillor Fabio, all in favour? Okay, so if you move to item 16.1 in your agenda, there is a motion on notice from Councillor Colin Ross. Like to speak on that motion, Councillor Colin?
Yeah, I'd like to move it and just say that the car parking refund has worked very well up until now, but if we continue the way we are, it's going to get very expensive. It's helped a couple of businesses who have been very grateful, but I think with the financial position that council might find itself in the future, it might be best just to chop it off now and then redo the thing in the new year. So, yeah. So
thanks, Councillor Collins. Is someone to second the motion? I'll speak. Fabio, his hand official. I'll speak, Fabio. Councillor Simon.
Yes, through the mayor, if I can make a comment, I understand the reason why you want to cut it off. We're in not a perfectly good financial position, so we need to save some money. I understand that. Just the one issue that I do have is there's a certain aspect of unfairness there. So the people that actually got through with this, what if somebody now applies and then suddenly has to pay for themselves? I just wonder if there's anything that could have some blowback to us with this blatant unfairness.
Thanks, Councillor Simon. I believe there's a scheme in place to replace this when it in the next year, which will ameliorate that problem you're talking about. Is that correct, Lisa?
That's correct, Mayor Bill. Also, if I may offer any level of comfort, there are no developers at the moment that are speaking to staff on an open or confidential basis that is hinging on access to that current subsidy, so that if it offers you any comfort whatsoever, there's nothing in train.
Thank you. I'll put the motion. All in favour? That's carried. 16.2, Kapunda District Centre Car Park Fund request for a report. Councillor Collin. Before we just mark on that, councillor Collin, the staff have suggested that we make a slight addition to 2, in that we actually specify the amount of money that has been paid and the amount of money that is possibly to be paid, so that we've got it clarified in specific detail. So that's highlighted in yellow there. So I don't know if you're happy to move that motion, councillor Collin. It just clarifies the situation.
The only question I have is, so the Prince of Wales, they're not doing development, are they?
Okay, Lisa?
Through the chair, yes, they did receive a development application approval, and with any building of what is called a class 2 to 9 building, which essentially means anything of a commercial nature, is linked to a certificate of occupancy before they can occupy an area. So the way that the actual policy was written to allow the subsidy, they have to have achieved that for the council to pay into it. So that's the connecting dots with regards to that. So yes, it is development.
Councillor Collin?
Yeah, I'll move that.
Okay, thank you. Someone like to second that motion? Councillor Michael? Any to speak against it? All in favour? That's carried. Thank you. We'll then move back to item 13.1, which is the policy update for the car park fund policy. And that we had to do those other motions earlier so that this was in line. There's a recommendation there that we received the report titled Policy Update Car Park Fund Policy presented on Tuesday the 9th of December. Receives and adopts the amended car park fund policies contained in the attachment 2 of the report titled Policy Update Car Park Fund Policy presented in the ordinary meeting of Tuesday the 9th of December, subject to minor formatting and grammatical amendments. Someone like to move that recommendation? Councillor Net, seconder. Councillor Simon, all in favour? Carried, thank you. Mm. 13.2, Barossa Character Area Project Working Group. This is obviously it's the Barossa Character Area has been something that's quite topical. It was a state government action. They've pulled out of it now, and so they've left the councils to work on it. We initially offered some money towards it, but we've decided that we won't offer any money. We'll just be involved with this working group and see what develops from it. And whether you've got any comments to that, Lisa, was that?
So what Mayor Bill is referring to is that this project has been on foot for quite a while. It took quite a while to get off the ground because the state government have been preoccupied with the housing roadmap. So now that the state government has committed to undertaking a code amendment, the Barossa Council is taking the lead in this particular area. We had funds allocated of $20,000 as indicated in the report, but that was only carried forward for 2 years. So if the council were in mind to still offer that money, then we'd have to, of course, somehow budget for that because it isn't budgeted for in this current financial year. So our recommendation back to the Barossa Council is that we will support in a staffing capacity, being on the panel, on the committee, etc., but not any financial contribution.
There's no further questions. Would someone like to move that recommendation? I won't read it, it's quite volume. Councillor Collin, seconded Councillor Dean. All in favour? Carried, thank you. Thanks, Lisa, for that. The next is a loan request from the Freeling Community Rec Park to repair their tennis court. It wasn't done quite well enough. it's pretty self-explanatory. It's quite a wordy recommendation there. They will be responsible for the debenture loan and the debenture payments, so it is purely a loan structure. Thank you, councillor Net.
Yes, they have raised a lot of money to do the courts, and they got a company that did it, and they didn't do it right, and so they decided that they would go ahead with it anyhow. And I do note that Kapunda Recreation Park, we pay for their courts up there. I don't know why the difference is. Why do we pay for their? Don't we pay for their courts?
Right.
No. Oh, that's all right. Yeah. So yeah, it's all right.
I think we've also loaned them quite some substantial funding earlier in the year for other things as well. And Dutton Park took out a similar loan structure, I think, some years ago. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a loan request, not a gift. Thanks, councillor Dean. Seconded, councillor Ellison. All in favour? Carried. Thank you. .4, the Main Street Kapunda improvements. Quite a good report from Jason. This is improving the safety of the crossing, the foot crossing, and making these line of visions better. There's a recommendation there on page 43. Councillor Annette, your light on or not? Councillor Fabio, can you turn your light off, please, Councillor Annette?
Oh, sorry.
Councillor Fabio.
Yeah, I'd like to move the motion, and thank you. A great report by Jason. The only thing I want to bring up is obviously a lot speaks about the Wombat type crossing, and that would be obviously dependent on how much foot traffic there is. I think at the moment, if we were to do a pedestrian count at the moment, I think you'd get skewed numbers for the simple fact that because the visibility is so poor, a lot of people choose not to use that particular crossing. So I believe that it's the right strategy has been used where do it in stages. So clear up those parking spaces, which is like 6 spaces or whatever, it's like no big deal. And I think that would encourage people to then use that pedestrian crossing a lot more, and then potentially do that pedestrian count. And hopefully down the track we do get a Wombat crossing in there. I think that'd be fantastic. It also acts not only for pedestrian safety, but also as a traffic calming measure, just to slow people down going down on that street. So yeah, I'm happy to move that motion.
Thanks, Councillor Fabio. Councillor Dean, you want to speak on that?
This is a question actually. This will obviously reduce the parking in front of the chemist significantly. A lot of mobility challenged people use the chemist shop, and getting a park there for those is quite difficult. Who is responsible for determining where disabled parking spots are? Because it seems to me that if we're going to reduce the number, then one of those remaining ones could well be a disabled permit type park, just to provide a bit better situation for those people.
Megan, thank you.
Thank you through the chair. Council can do a traffic impact statement. We'll work through the designs and we'll submit that to DIT for their approval. They've had to approve the works subject of this report as well. So we can ask them to approve a disabled car park if that's what the option would be. But we're responsible for parking bays.
Through the chair, there is a disabled parking spot out the front between the North Kapunda Hotel and Comviet, which so there's already one in that same vicinity. Understandably, it's on the wrong side of the road, but yeah.
Councillor Collins.
Have any of the local businesses been told about the 6 car parks that are go?
I don't know. Some of the 6 car parks are already non-standing areas. There are 4 no parking areas that are included in that 6. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's actually only 2 parks that are actually 2 official parks that are being lost. I think it's right, Lisa, isn't it? Or Megan?
Through the chair, it's 4 near the crossing and 2 near the police station.
Okay. So it's for the 4 extras, are they? Not the no standing ones? So it's 4 near that crossing that will be lost.
Yeah. And the question was the businesses being asked about.
No, I don't think so.
No, the business have not formally been notified.
It's a difficult safety issue, isn't it? You've got to weigh the safety aspect up. Councillor Fabio.
Just another quick question through the chair. Regarding the police station thing, I note that the police station car park has got 2 entry and egress points. Considering it's not overly functioning as far as a highly visited police station, is it necessary to have 2 entry and exits? Could potentially the entry exit that's on Mildred Street actually be decommissioned, closed, whatever you want to call it, and just leave the one that's on Cog Hill Street? Meaning that potentially it'd have less impact on car parking down that end.
Through the chair, the request for improved visibility coming out of the police station was actually for police business, not for visitors. And that was their preferred for operations to come out of that driveway.
Okay, I'm looking for a seconder for that motion. Councillor Martin, thank you. Would you like to speak on that, Councillor?
Very briefly, I do fully understand the parking issue at the Kapunda Police Station, having used it many times and ordered it a number of times in the past. I'm not as au fait with the other, but I see an engineer's done a report due to safety, and that'll do me on this occasion.
Thank you. Councillor Fabio, you want to respond? As close, right, I'll put the motion. All in favour? Against? 2. 2 to 6. Thank you. That's carried. (13.5) Road process order. Portion of public road 48732 Willow Drive, Kapunda. This is pretty much just an approval recommendation that for a parcel of land that will retain an easement on. Are there any questions on this motion? Would someone like to move the recommendation there? Councillor Simon, move the recommendation. Seconded for that recommendation. Councillor Collin, all in favour? Or do you want to speak to it, Councillor Collin?
I was just going to say I only seconded under the understanding that it's to cost council nothing.
Yeah. Thank you. All in favour? Carried. Thank you. There are no questions on notice. Any questions without notice? The motions on notice have already been put. Any motions without notice? Okay, so we will move to the confidential items. Just give Caitlin a chance to turn things off or not. Oh, do we move first, do we? Okay. With Simon, Councillor Simon and Councillor Fabio, second, all in favour? Thank you. Sorry about that.